This time on Film Ranker, we are looking at Scream, the collaboration between horror great Wes Craven and clever teen TV writer Kevin Williamson did a lot to inject new life into the horror genre in the 90s. And after 4 movies and a TV series, the cultural impact can still be felt today. So let's take a look and count down the series from worst to best. Number 5, Scream 3. Everything about the making of Scream 3 was tumultuous. Williamson didn't have the time to pen the script due to other projects. Craven was under massive studio pressure to tone down the violence and blood after Columbine, and the actors were all on tight schedules due to other commitments. What we ended up with is a movie that dives too far into the comedy side and is such a parody of itself that it could almost be confused with the Scary Movie franchise. There are still things to like, but it is pretty much universally agreed, even by the cast and crew, that this is the weakest of the bunch. Number 4, Scream, the TV series. It seemed unlikely that a TV show done so far after the fact and without the ghost-faced mask no less would be any good. But to everyone's surprise, it actually kind of is. Well, the first 2 seasons at least. The 3rd season was kind of dropped in under the radar and mercifully ignored. But those first 2 seasons have a solid cast with some real surprises and an actual body count, especially the 2nd season. TV shows never as good as the films, but this one does a pretty good job of at least capturing the spirit of what works. Number 3, Scream 2. The sequel ups the ante in a lot of ways. There are more kills, some surprise twists, and some nice building on the established relationships of the original. The move to college is a smart, if obvious one, and the new friends are good additions all around, especially hard-working and underappreciated boyfriend Jerry O'Connell. This one famously had to switch up the script after a leak gave away the original killer, which is too bad because the end does feel a little bit off. But overall, it is a solid sequel with some good performances. Number 2, Scream 4. It took just over a decade for Scream to finally return to theaters, and when it did return, it came back with a reloaded cast and the biggest body count yet. Scream 4 is very much Scream going back to its roots. It is still meta, but not in the over-the-top way that Scream 3 was. And it still has young stars, just more of them, with Adam Brody, Anthony Anderson, Emma Roberts, Alison Brie, and Hayden Panettiere in the mix, as well as a bunch more stars in the various cold opens. The writing's fun again, the deaths are stabby again, and the twists feel mostly twisty. Number 1, Scream. The original Scream was a cultural phenomenon and a breath of fresh air for the horror genre. It came out right when horror was falling into a dip of knockoffs and late sequels and franchises on hiatus, and it was really a matter of all the right pieces at the right time. We have a beloved horror director at the reins, a hot up-and-coming writer, a cast packed with young stars, and a tone that perfectly captured the mid-90s mindset. It was clever and fun and a little bit sexy, and with the perfect amount of horror to scare people without scaring them away. It has legitimately surprising deaths starting right from the start with the now classic Drew Barrymore cold open, and the twists just keep twisting until the satisfying conclusion. It has inspired a successful parody series and legions of knockoffs, and in some ways set the groundwork for the horror renaissance we see today. And that's it. Which is your favorite Scream? Did you like the TV show? Did you watch it? Do you think they should make another movie? Do nuts belong in brownies? Drop your thoughts in the comments and please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.